All right. So we're going to start out sitting at the wall. And again, if you'd like any support under your feet, you can go ahead and take that. If your knees are much higher than your hips, I would recommend some support. So feel the base of your spine at the wall and then lean forward. And then inhale, circle your shoulders up. Exhale them down. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up. Exhale, feel the shoulder blades slide down your back. And then lean back and start to wobble at the wall. It sounds like someone's audio is still not on mute. So go ahead and start to snuggle your shoulders back and down. Release your jaw. And if you have another blanket as well, or a blanket nearby, you could place it on your thighs for a little bit of weight, still grounding. And then start to notice which parts of your spine are pressing into the wall. Probably your lower back and neck are lifted slightly to maintain the natural curves of your spine. Feel all the points of your feet spread into the earth and begin to notice that you are breathing. Smooth out the skin between your eyebrows. Feel space in between your teeth. Begin to lengthen your breath. Following your breath all the way down your windpipe and all the way out. And now feel your breath passing along the base of your nostrils, sending your breath deep down into the pit of your abdomen, side ribs. And as your breath travels out, your ribs soften down. So notice as you inhale along the base of your nostrils, your breath travels down and your ribs slightly rise naturally. And as you exhale, with the breath traveling along the base of your nostrils, the ribs soften. And now place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. Feel the comfort of your hand, the comfort of the wall behind you. You're totally safe. Feeling an even fuller breath into all sources of support here, the front and back body. With the seat spreading, the breath traveling along the base of your nostrils. And from here, you're just letting go of any controlling, feeling where the breath moves. And feeling the wall giving you a little bit of energy from this gentle support. It's like, here you go. Giving you a little bit of a boost just to feel a little bit more awake as it gently supports you. 2 more breaths here. At the end of your exhale, release your palms, wiggle your toes and fingers. And then let's bring our hands gently to heart center and open with the sound of 3 quiet Om, savoring the part of the Om. We'll take a cleansing breath first. Inhale for Om. Release your palms, drop your chin, wiggle your toes, rub your fingertips together. All right. And now we'll put the blanket aside and we're going to shift onto our hands and knees for cat-cow. You know, if you have a sensitive knees, you might want to put support under your knees, but tuck your toes under. You just want the balls of your feet lightly pressing into the wall. And then you place your hands down under your shoulders, spreading through your fingers, spreading through the balls of the feet. Inhale, pulling your heart through the shoulders. Exhale, pushing the floor away, finding your smooth Ujjayi breath, traveling at the base of your nostrils for both the inhale and the exhale. So notice the effect of your feet, the balls of your feet spreading on the wall, feeling almost a lift off from the wall. Your breath traveling along your spinal cord. And in these next few breaths, you can take your spinal movement into any shapes that feel opening, maybe rotations, or any movement. Feel your breath filling in the shape of your ribs and feel what movement that develops into. Letting your neck be a part of it. If you're rotating, then rotate the other direction. Still feeling each finger supporting you. And noticing the effect of connection with the wall, with your breath. And then we'll just sit, circle our wrists. And then let's bring our big toes together at the wall. And if you do have that blanket, then unfold it to about a square and bring it onto your back. We're going to take a child's pose with a little bit of extra support on our back. So you're going to sink your hips down by your heels and then just walk the blanket up and then find your child's pose. You can rest your head on your hands or on the ground. You can make any adjustments to the blanket, maybe scooting it a little bit further up. It's like you're being tucked in. You're totally safe, feeling that added weight. Feel your nice full breath filling in your back body. Exhaling out your legs into the earth. One more breath here. all the way into your lower back. As you exhale, imagine a loving friend guiding your outer hips down to the earth. And then look forward. Walk yourself up. You can remove the blanket. We're going to find downward facing dog. So come a little bit away from the wall initially. Place your palms underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your knees up and back. And then bend one heel and then the other. So we're not touching the wall at this point. And then bend both of your knees a few inches to reach your hips up high. Exhale, maintain the length in your spine as you root your heels down. Again, bend your knees, reach your hips up high. Exhale, draw your navel in. Nice long spine as you root your heels down. One more breath here, inhaling. Exhaling, and child's pose. This time, open your palms up, separate your hands a little wider than your shoulders. Keep the elbows lifted so you're rolling the thumb side of your arm down to the earth. Inhale, forward. Exhale, fold down. It's okay if your head doesn't land. You're rolling the thumb side of your arm toward the earth. Nice full breath along the base of your nostrils, even on the exhale. Keep rolling the thumb side of your arm down toward the earth. And then inhale, look forward. Exhale, rotate just your hands down, keeping the shoulders open. And then inhale, shift forward to tabletop. Exhale, up and back, downward dog. This time, you can walk your heels back to touch the wall. So the heels are a few inches up the wall. Bend your knees, reach your hips up high. Exhale, straightening your legs, pressing your thighs back, finding length in the spine. Inhale, bending the knees, reaching the hips up high. Exhale, melting the chest down, navel draws in. One more time, inhale, bend. Exhale, pressing the thighs. And imagine you're lifting the thighs up as you draw the navel in. All right, and then once again, let's sit on our shins, circle your wrists, finding your Ujjayi breath. And then let's bring our fingertips to our shoulders. Draw your chin slightly back, and we'll take 3 shoulder rolls, inhaling up. Exhale around. Filling in your back ribs. Okay, now you're going to grab your strap. And you're going to come onto your back and straighten out, well, actually keep a soft bend of both legs as you press your feet to the wall. So my heels are on the ground. I'm going to lower down. And then I keep my left leg at the wall, the knee slightly bent. I bend my right knee, put the strap around the sole of my right foot, right at the top of the arch. One strap in each hand. Bend both knees slightly as you inhale, and then exhale, straighten both legs, pressing through the heel. So your left leg feels anchored into the wall, the buttocks flesh lengthening toward that wall. Walk your hands down the strap enough that your shoulders stay grounded. Inhaling, filling in the back ribs. Exhale, pressing through the heel, plugging the leg into the socket. And looking at your toes, noticing if the big toe side of your foot is drawing closer than the pinky side. You want them to draw back evenly. Noticing where the breath is flowing. Is it flowing all up into the front body, or is it filling in the back body just as much? pressing through the heels. And then take both straps into the right hand. Place your left hand on the top of that left thigh, smoothing down the top of the thigh. And then inhale, open up your right leg. And you can bend your elbow landing on that upper arm, extending through the inner heel. And then open up your left arm. You're pressing through both heels, inner and outer heel evenly. The natural curve of your spine, the low spine and your neck remain. Filling in your back ribs with your breath. You can imagine if you were doing this pose standing and the wall were the ground, how this would feel. One more breath here. And then inhale the leg up. And then take the straps in your left hand. Place your right hand into the crease of your right hip to slightly just push that hip forward as you bring the leg just slightly over to the left and slightly toward your left shoulder. Just enough to get a stretch on the outer thigh. Notice your forehead and chin, are they level? 2 more breaths. And then inhale up and you'll release. And then scoot a little bit closer to the wall just so that that right leg can get plugged in. You'll slide your right foot to the wall, so my right knee is slightly bent. Heel is on the ground. And then put the strap around the left foot, right at the top of the arch. One hand on each strap. Micro bend both knees as you inhale. Exhale, press to the heel. This is my favorite part. That right leg gets totally plugged into the wall. And feel that you're not only pressing into the wall, but you're getting energy from the wall. Pressing through the heel. So a key to getting the most out of the wall is using it to feel more grounded and charged up in your legs so that the rest of your body can feel more free. Like when we feel safe and supported, we feel so much more free in our body and our mind. Feeling your breath into your side ribs. Pressing to the inner and outer heel, noticing if the toes are drawing back, the pinky toes are drawing back as much as the big toe. And then take both straps into the left hand, nice and high. Place the right palm on top of the right thigh, anchoring it down, smoothing it down as you inhale. Open up the leg and bend that elbow, standing through the inner leg, tailbone swing forward. Feel your breath filling in your back body. It's like every point of contact with the floor right now are loving hands that you're breathing into, that you feel safe to just expand into. As you exhale, your front body softens. And then inhale up. And take the straps with your right hand. Place the left hand into the crease of your thigh, slightly creating a little bit of length in that left thigh body as you pull the leg toward the right shoulder. Noticing if the pinky side, again, is drawing back as much as the big toe side. Noticing what's happening with your breath. One more breath here. And then inhale up. And exhale, you can release and hug your knees in. All right. And let's turn our ankles and turn them the other way. And then curl up into a little ball rock forward and back. Okay. And now let's come into a forearm plank with our with your heels at the wall. So bend your knees, place your forearms flat and parallel, and then tuck your toes under. You're looking between your thumbs. And again, feel not only that you're pressing your heels into the wall, but that you're getting energy. It's like you're plugged into a socket. Feeling your breath into your back ribs. Exhale, lifting through your pelvic floor. 3 more breaths here if you can. Pressing the inner and outer heel evenly. And the knees down, let's take a child's pose. And an inhale, looking forward. Exhale, tuck your toes up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up high into your toes, and exhale, walking your feet forward. Bending your knees deeply to pull your heart forward. So you inhale, exhale, folding over your legs. And then soft knees as you inhale, circle your arms all the way up. And exhale, pull your hands to your heart. Okay. I'm just gonna raise this a little bit. We're gonna do wall cobra. This is my favorite version of cobra. So your hands are just below your shoulders, palms spread. You're gonna stand about 6 inches away from the wall, facing the wall. You place your palms on the wall. And then lift your heels, come up onto your tippy toes, pull the floor down, breathe into your heart, look slightly up. We're gonna stay here. So you're pressing your thighs back and pointing your tailbone down. You're breathing into your side ribs and underneath your collarbone. Exhale, shoulder blades slide down and toward your spine. You're isometrically pulling the wall down, which means you're trying to pull it down, but your hands aren't moving. 2 more breaths here. Tailbone pointing down. Breathing up under your collarbone. Exhale, shoulders sliding down and toward each other. And exhale, release. Let's take a couple of steps. You can circle your ankles and your wrists. Release your jaw. Okay. And now we're going to take a forward fold at the wall. So we'll slightly bend your knee, pick up your right knee, and then stretch it back. Both legs are straight. So essentially Parsvottanasana or pyramid at the wall. So make sure you're not on a tightrope. You have a little bit of width. Your left toes are pointed to the wall. Your right toes are angled out 45 degrees. Inhale, nice long spine, and then exhale, draw the left hip back as much as the right as you fold with the long spine. Just start to fold over that leg with the long spine. And if you want to straighten out your arms, you could take a stance further away from the wall. Spread through the balls of both feet, lifting the inner and outer arches. Nice full inhale, exhale. That left hip is slightly drawing back as you fold. Getting a stretch in the back of the hamstring, the front, the left hamstring. One more breath here. And then inhale, look forward, bend into your front knee, step your back foot forward, take a couple of steps. And then the other side, soften both knees, pick up your right leg and, pick up your left leg and stretch it back. So again, we're not on a tightrope. We have about 4.5 feet or so between the legs. Inhale, long spine, exhale, drawing that right hip back as much as the left, lightly placing the hands on the wall just to maintain a nice long spine. And make sure that we're not arching the back. So as you exhale, your spine stays long and your navel slightly draws in. Folding over this leg, keeping the spine long. You exhale, drawing that hip back to create some space in the hip. One more breath here. Inhale, bend into the front knee and step it forward. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and we're actually going to set up for triangle, and I didn't mention a block. It's not absolutely required, but if you have a block or a bench or a chair or just some kind of support, you can place it behind you. Otherwise, you can use the floor. So you're going to step the outer left foot into the wall, and then the right foot heel to arch alignment, the toes pointing out. And if you're using a block, you would place it to the outer shin. So really feel the back edge of that foot into the wall, and then bring your right hand onto the side ribs to breathe into the side body. And then inhale here. Exhale, maintain that lengthening as you start to deepen the crease of that hip. Extend the arm out, and then place the hand down. Inhaling the left arm up. And then remember the feeling of breathing into the right side body. Imagine the hand is there. Breathe into that side to lengthen that underside. Firming the right glute under. And feel charged up from the outer foot pressing into the wall. One more breath here. And then softly bend the knee, inhale all the way up. And now we'll step into our half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So I step my foot in about a foot. Basically, it's about a leg's distance. I'm going to scoot back so I don't bump into this painting here. All right, so for this one, I'm going to just look at my front foot, bend that front knee, tracking it over the second toe, and then place the block slightly in front and to the right, come up onto my back toes, and then strongly flex that foot, and then open up. So hopefully you feel a little bit more balanced here. The right glute is being wrapped under you. Feel as light as you can on the block or the ground. Maybe your gaze is in front of you or up. Feel your breath fill in the shape of your body. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Exhale, look down, bend into your front knee, and inhale all the way up. All right, and then we'll turn around. So pressing the outer right foot into the wall. If you're using a block, place it behind the left shin. And really feel the back edge of that foot into the wall. And then place your hand onto the side ribs, breathing into the side body. Exhaling here, one more breath. Exhale, start to extend out over that leg, placing the hand down, reaching the right arm up. As you exhale, feel the left glutes being wrapped under you, and then imagine a feeling of the hand on that left side body. Pressing the right thigh back. Feel yourself shining out like a star. And then inhale up. And then you'll step your front foot back about a foot. And then look at that front foot. Inhale, start to bend the knee. And then place your hand on the block. Scoot the block about forward about a foot and slightly to the left. Come up onto your back toes. And then flex that back foot, pressing it into the wall. And then grow up out of the earth. So the left glutes are wrapping under you. And you can imagine if you're doing this pose in the middle of the room, how much you need to press through that back leg and feel yourself being charged up from the wall. Feel space in between your joints. Looking forward or maybe up, 2 more breaths. Exhale, look down, put your hand to your hip, bend into your knee, and come all the way up. All right, take a couple of steps. All right. And now we'll take a forward fold with one foot at the wall. So we'll start with our left foot, the outer foot pressing into the wall. Both sets of toes are pointed straight ahead. And now imagine there's a wall on the right outer foot. We are going to do both sides. So feel yourself being charged up from the left foot. Interlace your hands. You can slightly bend your knees here initially. Bend your elbows. Inhale into your heart. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale. Press the palms together. Now you can lift your frontal thighs to straighten the legs. One more inhale here. Exhale. Fold over your legs. And if you have tight shoulders, like I do, I love to micro bend the elbows as I inhale to breathe in more space across the collarbones. And then exhale, press the pinky side of my hands together as the shoulder blade tips draw into the chest, and then I fold a little bit deeper. Do that again, inhaling, bending the elbow, slightly looking forward, breathing in across my collarbones. Exhale, pressing the palms, shoulder blade tips drawing into the chest. And then inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, release, walk, heel toe the feet together. Taking a couple of steps here. Okay, and now we'll turn around. Feeling the outer right foot. Feel the inner feet, the inner and outer arches lifting. Now interlace your hand with the other pinky on top. Bending the elbows, inhaling into the heart. Exhale, press the palms together, shoulder blade tips draw into the chest. One more inhale here, and then exhale, folding over. Feeling yourself being charged up from that right outer foot in the wall, pressing into the wall, lifting off the wall. Inhale, micro-bending the elbows, breathing in across the collarbones. Exhale, pressing the pinky side of your hands toward each other. Shoulder blade tips draw into the chest. Another breath like this. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release your hands, walk your feet in toward each other. Okay, do one more standing pose here. So we'll take, actually just 2 more. So have your block nearby. We're first going to do crescent. with our heel at the wall. I'm going to scoot this a little bit this way. Okay, so stand what you imagine to be about a leg's distance away from the wall with your back to the wall. Bend your knees softly and reach your arms forward. And you're going to pick up your right knee and then stretch it back so that the heel is on the wall. And if you need to adjust your front foot forward, you can. So your front leg is about 90 degrees. Now feel your buttocks lengthening toward the wall. And then maintain that as you inhale your arms up. So you're wrapping your triceps forward, pressing your back heel straight into the wall. Let's bring our hands to our hips to really point that tailbone down as you press that back heel into the wall. Hopefully getting a nice hip flexor stretch here. And then inhale up and exhale, bring your hands behind your head, elbows widening. Draw your head back slightly into your hands. One more breath here. And then reach your hands forward. Inhale, sweep your back knee up. And exhale, bring it down. Take a couple steps. All right, other side. Bend your knees, reach your hands forward. And pick up your left knee. Inhaling, exhale, stepping it back. Bending your front knee to about 90 degrees. Inhaling up. Inhaling here, and then exhale, bring your hands to your hips, thumbs pointing the tailbone down. Breathing into the back ribs, filling in the back body. Exhale, softening the front ribs. So that buttocks flesh lengthens down. Inhaling up. Again, exhaling, hands behind the head. Head lightly presses into the hands. And then inhaling up, lean forward, sweep the back knee up, and exhale, down. All right. And let's take mountain pose, just slightly leaning back. Just notice what touches the wall, probably your seat, maybe just your seat. Just feeling that gentle support, maybe even close your eyes. Feel your Ujjayi breath passing along the base of your nostrils. One more breath here. And go ahead and release. Okay, so twisting triangle at the wall. So we'll start by stepping basically your right heel back to the wall, and the toes are angled 45 degrees forward. Left foot is in front. And I like to place my block onto the inner foot. If you place it somewhere else, and go ahead and place that. So both legs are straight. And then keep your left hand on your hip. Inhale your right arm up. And feel the connection from your right heel all the way up to your right fingertips. Exhale, start to extend forward, drawing your left hip back. Place your hand down lightly on the wall. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, rotate to the left, circling that shoulder, and then grow the arm up. Charging up from the wall into the back body. Exhale, navel and helps the rib cage rotate. Keep both shoulder blades sliding down the spine and toward each other. One more inhale here. Exhale, circle down, bend into the front knee. Inhale all the way up, and we'll switch sides. Step your left leg back, left heel into the wall. Make sure, again, you're not on a tightrope. About 4.5 feet or so of distance. Tailbone pointing down. Keep your right hand on the hip, drawing it back. Inhale up, connecting the left heel all the way up to the left fingertips. Exhale, extend forward, drawing that right hip back. And exhale, place the hand down. Inhaling forward and exhale, rotating, open, staying here for a couple breaths. Feeling your breath into your belly and your back ribs. Exhaling. Navel in helps rotate the rib cage to the sky. One more breath here. Exhaling down and inhaling all the way up. Take a couple of steps. All right. For our shoulders, I'd like to just do a Gomukhasana with a strap. So for this one, let's take a seat. If you have a block, you can sit in Virasana. So Virasana looks like the knees together, the feet slightly apart so that you could bring your hips through your feet onto the ground. I like to sit on a block. But adjusted so that it feels good for you. Okay, put the strap over your right shoulder. And we're first going to inhale, open, exhale, rotate down. One more time, inhale here. Now exhale, just your left arm down. And you're gonna lean forward to walk that back of your hand up your back. And then take a gentle hold of the strap and then inhale up. So I like to place that hand first, walking it up the back. And then inhale, sweep your right arm up. Exhale, turn your palm back toward your face and then continue it back. And then you'll take a gentle hold of the strap. Notice your head, is it in line with your spine? Feel your breath filling in your back body. Exhale, softening your front ribs. Feeling that smooth Ujjayi breath. Two more full breaths here. And then inhale, release. And we'll take the other side. Inhaling, open. Exhale, rotating down. Inhale, open. And then exhale, the right arm rotates down. Lean forward. The back of the hand walks up the back. Takes a hold of the strap. And then inhaling up the left arm. Exhale, rotate the palm back. One of my teachers said, you're the only one who should be able to smell your own armpit. So notice the head, if it's jutting forward, keep it placed directly on top of the spine. Notice if your breath is traveling just in the front body. Feel your breath making friends with your back ribs. Exhale, shoulders softening down. Jaw releasing. Smooth out the skin between your eyebrows. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Okay. You put the strap aside. We're going to stand up and take one more shoulder stretch at the wall. All right, so I'll take it this direction so that you can see. So first, just circle our shoulders up and then exhale them down. And then you're going to stand about a foot or so away from the wall and then place a hand at the wall slightly below your shoulders. And the other hand reaches back as well. Soft knees, pressing the whole palm into the wall, and you're facing the wall in front of you. Breathing into the belly and the side ribs. Exhale, shoulder blades, hips draw into the chest. Head in line with your spine. Maybe even walk it a little bit forward for a deeper stretch in the chest. And now just lengthen the fingers off the wall. So keep the palm, just lengthen the fingers off the wall and feel a stretch from the collarbone out through the fingertips. Exhale, shoulders softening down. Head in line with the spine. Final stage is keep the base of your hand, just lift the palm. So keep the base of your hand, just lift your palm for 2 more breaths. Widening through the inhale, exhale, shoulder blade tips draw into the chest. And then release. All right, one more side. Soft knees, head in line with the spine. Circle the shoulders up and down and then place the palm flat, slightly lower than the shoulder. Walk it forward just a little bit so you get a maximum stretch along the front body. Breathing into the heart, into the back ribs, back of the heart. Exhale, shoulders sliding down. Imagine a loving hand is placed on the back of your heart as well as on the front. You're easily breathing between both hands. And now just lengthen your fingers off. Keep the palm, just lengthen your fingers off the wall. And now last stage, just keep the base of your hand on the wall, but lift the palm. So keep the base of your hand on the wall, lift the palm. 2 more breaths. Widening through your inhale into both of those loving hands. Exhale, shoulder blade tips draw into the chest. The shoulders soften down. 1 more breath here. Exhale, softening. And then release. Feel yourself fly around the room. All right, and now we're going to come onto the floor for some restorative stretches. So you're going to scoot, I'll face you this way. You'll scoot the side of your hip all the way to the wall. And then come onto your back so that your hips are either touching or just about touching the wall. And we're going to take a nice wide straddle. So if this is too intense on your inner groins, you could place some support, whether it's a blanket or blocks underneath the outer hips. And same thing, if your inner knees are giving you any issues, you could put a blanket right behind the knee and then press the leg into the blanket. And then I like to bring my arms into cactus, right angles. And just feel yourself releasing, melting into the earth. Spreading through your toes, lengthening through the inner leg. Nice full breath. Filling up the back body. soften all the little muscles of your face. One more breath here. And then bring your hands to your outer thighs to help walk them in. And windshield wipe your toes toward and away from each other. And then let's bring the soles of our feet together, knees wide. And I like to use my palms to smooth the inner thigh from the inner hip to the knee. Again, make sure the knees feel okay. Your feet are opening up like a book. And then use your hands to bring the knees together. And then we're going to walk, you might want to scoot back just a little bit. We'll walk into our frog position. So keeping the knees bent. It's like you're in a squat, but from a different viewpoint. And notice what happens when you activate your feet into the wall here. So spread through your toes, lifting the inner and outer arches. And imagine a loving hand on your heart, and also on the back of your heart. And also imagine a loving hand on your belly and the back of your belly mirroring the front hand. Notice that effect on your breath. One more breath here. And then you bring your hands to your outer legs to help bring them together. Once again, windshield wipe them. And now, we want to scoot just a little bit further away from the wall. We'll take an outer hip stretch. I'm going to cross my right ankle on top of my left thigh and then bend the left knee. So if my hips are way up in the air, then I want to scoot further away. And if you're not even feeling a stretch in the outer hips, then you'll want to get closer. The easiest way is to straighten up, go to your side, scoot a little bit closer, and then bring the legs up. We're just going to hang out here for a little while. Keep the right foot flexed. With your hands, you might want to give yourself a little massage in the inner hips, or push that right thigh away, or just find a resting position. Once again, feeling loving hands placed on the front and back of your heart, the front and back of your belly. Smoothing out the skin between your eyebrows. Feel your tongue voluminous. One more breath here. And then slide your left leg up the wall, bring your right leg to the wall as well. Windshield wipe your feet. And switch sides, place the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Bend that right knee. If you'd like to give yourself a little massage in the tightest areas, go ahead. Feel yourself melting into the earth. Melting, oozing into a place of stillness. Space in between your teeth. Soften all little muscles of your face. One more breath here. And then slide your right heel up the wall, bring your left leg to the wall as well. Windshield wipe your feet. And then roll to, actually, we'll take a twist here. So open your palms wide and let's cross our right thigh on top of our left. Inhaling here and exhale, just roll over to your left. And you can place your left hand onto the right side body, breathing up all the way into the back of the right lung, and exhale, release your right shoulder down. Your gaze is up or to the right. And feel the loving support of your left hand. You can even inhale into that hand, exhale. You can slide that hand to the hip. To push the hip, slide the hip away from the right shoulder, creating a little bit more space on the side body. One more breath here, all the way up into the back of the right lung. Exhale, releasing that right shoulder down. And then inhale, turn your head to the left, walk your feet up and cross your legs to the other side, to the left. Inhaling here. Exhale, bring the knees over to the right. You can place the right hand on that left side body. Inhaling to the belly, side ribs, upper back. Exhale, release the left shoulder, gaze is upward to the left. Feel your breath filling all the way up into the back of your left lung. Exhale, releasing that shoulder down. Maybe your right hand drags that left hip away from the left shoulder, creating space in the side body. One more breath here. And then turn your head to the right. Okay. So I'm just going to rock back and forth. Scoop back and grab your blanket, roll it up so that it's ready for underneath your knees. And scoop back enough that the soles of your feet are at the wall. But before you take Shavasana, let's just keep the left foot at the wall, hug your right knee in a comfortable way. Feeling the shape of your breath, the rate that your belly is expanding and contracting without you needing to control anything at all. One more breath here. The end of your exhale, release that leg, place it on the wall, and hug your left knee in, shoulders sliding down. Release your jaw, feeling the shape of your breath here. Feeling the rate that your belly is expanding and contracting without you needing to control anything at all. One more breath here. The end of your exhale, release. Snuggling both feet softly into the wall, feeling the support underneath your knee. Slightly draw your shoulder blades in toward your chest and feel your neck long. If you have any other props you'd like to use, a blanket over you, you can place it. Feel yourself all snug into the earth. Inhale from the soles of your feet up to the crown of your head. And exhale. Let everything go. Softening the inner corners of your eyes and the outer corners. Feel your tongue voluminous. Feel your collarbones drift apart. And imagine that you are lying on a soft piece of clay. The clay is orange and has a nice tangerine orange scent. Notice how your body is creating an imprint into the clay. Are certain areas creating a deeper imprint than others? Is your right shoulder creating a similar imprint to your left? What about the two sides of the pelvis and the back as a whole? What imprint is your spine creating in the clay? Simply observe yourself and mentally note any information that you might gather from your body without any judgment or plans on how to create changes. And finally, focus on your breath. Notice where you are experiencing movement that is related to your breathing. Observe your breathing without trying to change it. Ave Mango, Mangole, Tiwe, Tino, Tinombile, Triumphe, Triumphicae, Sayo, Naranamuno, Sife, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti. Slowly begin to lengthen your inhale and exhale. Wiggle the tips of your fingers and toes. Gently hug your knees in and roll over to one side. Staying here, a couple of extra breaths. Thanking your body for all that it does for you. And then press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Place one of the blankets on your lap. Feel nice and snug into the earth. Feel your spine growing up out of the earth. And let's place one hand over our heart, one hand over our belly. And feel yourself being breathed. Imagine a loving hand behind your heart and behind your belly as well. Feel yourself being breathed into all four hands. And we'll close with 3 quiet ohms. Once again, savoring that feeling. We'll take a nice cleansing breath first. Inhale for om. Om. Let's bring our hands to heart center, placing the base of your thumbs at your heart, extending your fingers outward, and bow our heads down. The divine within me sees and honors the divine within you. Namaste.